Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We're visible.
Hello.
Oh, good God.
We're actually live on the internet. You can see us.
You can see us.
Wait, I'm going to put down my Ariana Grande. This is. I wrote an intro and I've on it. So this is Simply Siblings. We're going to do hopefully one of these a week. It's a podcast style. It'll be uploaded to YouTube after, because I finally remembered the YouTube password. But once a week, we'll be live for an hour to just, discuss gaming things, other things that have happened in our lives, and just, be siblings about it, because we already talk a lot of, unhinged drivel while we play games. So we thought, why not condense that into a topic list once a week for everyone? And, hopefully we'll get better at doing intros and things for this as we go.
Yeah.
My camera is actually up and to the left of me. So when I'm talking to Tom, I will be facing forward, which makes it look like I'm not...
You're just not just ignorantly looking away.
Yeah, I'm not...
Camera.
But because of the way the cameras look, it actually looks like I'm talking towards... But, yeah, this is episode 1. I named it Tangible Things because that's what we were discussing yesterday and the day before with our New Year's resolutions. It's now currently going to age this the 3rd of January 2023. We are 72 hours into the new year. So happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year, everyone.
And as it's the new year, even though people say every year I'm not, you always kind of do, don't you?
You end up doing it one way or another.
Yeah.
You make yourself promises.
Yeah, people are always like, oh, I hate the whole new year, new me thing. But in the back of your mind, you're like, I could change my entire life.
This could be the one. This could be the year. This could be it. This could be, I'm finally free.
This is my year. And, every year can't be your year. Yeah, exactly. But that's why I called this one Tangible Things, because we're looking at tangible, realistic goals for the year.
Things we can achieve throughout this year, be it actions or be it doing things.
Yeah, specifics, really. I actually have a notepad file for mine. So, go and you start us off. A goal for the year.
My biggest thing this year is to actually grasp onto any kind of idea of physical fitness. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna lose X amount of weight. I'm gonna run a marathon. No, I can't run a marathon. Definitely not happening for me. 3-inch long legs running a marathon, I think not.
Yeah, you'd die.
However, I can actively say I want to work out at least once a week.
Yeah.
I want to gain a level of physical fitness, which is not a tangible thing, but I want to do that by setting myself little mini goals throughout.
Tangible goals, yeah.
So, such as working out at least once a week, getting back on Ring Fit, getting back on that Ring Fit life, because I really enjoyed Ring Fit.
You did, you in lockdown too, every day. I am there. I am on it.
I really enjoyed Ring Fit. I did it once, pretty much 3 days a week minimum. I think to start with, I was doing it 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, and then allowing myself the weekend for a break.
The rest days.
The rest days from Ring Fit. I've got to say, weirdly good workout, Ring Fit. for a dumb little ring that you flex about and bounce around to pretend like you're running, I lost weight. I genuinely lost weight.
I mean, Nintendo have come a long way from like the Wii Fit balance board where you'd stand on it and it'd be like you're 84 years old and like obese.
You're 84 years old, obese, and probably have a bum knee.
Yeah. Now start doing step-ups. Like, I'm not sure doing like little step-ups is really going to be the thing that, you know, salvaged my fitness when I was 11, but...
Moving slightly left and right.
Yeah. Yeah, Ring Fit's a good one. General overall fitness, I think setting yourself manageable goals for fitness is probably the one. Like, never set yourself the goal where you're like, I will be like, no, like grandiose goals where you're like, I'm going to be like the perfect body weight. I'm going to have like 2% body fat and stuff like that because...
Yeah. Unless you're already at 4% body fat, don't be setting those goals.
Yeah, why would you be cutting that? I mean, I'm a fat bitch, so like I can't relate to that.
There's no way that I'm gonna become a skinny legend, gonna become an absolute Adonis.
Exactly.
Within the next year. That's just not happening.
However, you can just do little things as long as you like better about it. I think one of mine was just to walk more.
I want to be able to walk up the stairs without being out of breath.
Yeah. Yeah.
A simple set of stairs can take me out.
It's like me whenever I visit you and we get like, so we go from the bus station along to where Tom lives and it's literally it's about 10-15 minute walk at most if you're gay walking.
Yeah.
And by like the time we make it to that school, ex-school that is becoming flats, I'm there like, oh my god.
Just need to take a breather before climbing the one set of stairs it takes to get into the flat. Yeah.
Which is probably not good.
Absolutely exhausted.
But
another thing I want to do. I actually want to finish games.
Yeah. One of mine is literally finish a video game because I don't think I've fully finished anything.
I think last year I finished like 2 games total. I've got to the end of a lot of games. I've got halfway through a lot of games. But for some reason I lose steam and I just stop.
Yeah.
I just stop playing.
And I get it a lot. I mean, it's ADHD as well, where you want to finish the thing because you're really enjoying it, but your brain puts like an iron wall behind any motivation to finish the thing.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh man, I really can't wait to finish this thing. But your brain's like, oh, but you have to do this, and this. These like tiny, stupid, inane things that don't mean anything before you can do that. So you literally will never get to it. It's like your brain is constantly adding another hurdle for you to get over.
Oh yeah.
And it's the reason the only reason I finished Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which I played last year for the first time, is because I ignored every single side quest in the game because I knew if I got into those side quests, I would not be finishing the game.
That's one of the, like, we've got a topic we'll talk about later on, but I have had trouble finishing one of my favorite games from the last year because of the sheer volume of side quests.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. They add so much depth to the world and so much to the game itself. But fuck me if I can't spend 16 hours doing a single side quest on a side character that doesn't matter.
Yeah, the worst is when you get like a side quest for a side quest.
Oh.
Pre-go, and you're like, oh, but I have to finish it because I'm having a really good time. It takes you like 4 hours, and then you're like, I can't remember what I was doing, ergo I will never pick up this game again. The controller's going down, never coming back up again.
Stopping halfway through a side quest as well, and then realizing, wait, what was I doing?
Yeah, the worst of those ones...
Never coming back is what I'm doing.
You just like, and abandon quest. The worst ones of those for me are side quests where you have to collect X number of things and they're like drops from enemies. I have horrible luck with those quests. horrible luck.
Yeah.
And I forget which area they're in. Some of them, especially if you're talking like certain RPGs, they will only spawn at certain times of day.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, what time of day was this again? And if I have to repeatedly Google what to do, I'm eventually just gonna not bother.
It's just not going to happen in the end. It's just not happening at all.
I mean, we'll talk about my unhinged Persona 4 Golden walkthrough in a bit, but that is pretty much the only way I can give myself every single resource available to me at once.
Yes.
And then I don't have to look it up, which means I just go.
It's got to be easily accessible in one place, so I can go, bop, 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 done.
Yeah, exactly. But one of my goals for the year is to play every single game in a series. And I want to try playing every single mainline Persona game in a year. Obviously, I've played 3, played 4, and played 5.
Mm-hmm.
I played a little bit of 1, I think, with you.
Yes.
Persona 1 is insane comparatively to where the series goes to. And I really want to try Persona 2. And I've set the goal to just play these games because I'm not sure whether I'll get bogged down in the intricacies and just not finish.
Yeah, not looking to 100%, just looking to get from the start of the game to the end of the game.
To the end of the game.
Achievable goals.
Yeah, but with Persona 4, I'm going like whole hog, doing everything.
Where you've played it before, you want the full experience now.
Yeah, you want everything.
Yeah.
But more on Persona later because there's some stuff going around in the world right now.
Yeah.
I mean, another goal for me, just like, I wouldn't say simple, but one that's like very much achievable. Mm-hmm. There's 2 things in one, really. It's to stream consistently and to get affiliate onto this channel. Yeah. Very much it's a goal you can reach out and grab, that one.
Physical, tangible, well, not physical, but a tangible thing. Somewhere
where you can
progress.
Yeah, you can track your progress on it, and you can see how much better you're being, and I think that's just quite nice. Because, like, especially like last year, towards the end of the year, I have seasonal affective disorder. I mean, you know this because we're related, but I have seasonal affective disorder, and towards the end of the year, especially getting towards December, my mental health is like a lemming that has already jumped. Like, it's heading towards the sea. Yeah, it's gone. And like, to get back into streaming and everything, it's been really fun for the last few days. It's just been like a really good time, and I'm hoping we can like just keep up with the momentum for that.
Yeah, it's good to, like, it keeps me active. Like, I get home and I don't just lie on the bed watching 4 hours of Facebook videos of dance mums.
Yeah, which, I mean, more on that in a future episode, maybe we'll do a dance mum special.
Do a deep dive dance mum special.
Or we just, like, you talking about, like, all of the compilation videos you watch, and me talking about that one fight scene that I always just rewatch.
It's the what? It's
the New Orleans one where she like throws the drink.
Oh, Christy.
Yeah. So good. But yeah, we gaming, video games.
Yes, video games. I'm a deep lover of video games, not just an obsessor of dance mums.
The one other thing for me is that I have I mean, you obviously know this, but like people watching probably don't. I have a fucking master's degree in creative writing and video game design.
Yeah.
I literally have a master's. I have done almost no writing in the last 2 years. I did a fair amount during lockdown 1, and then it sort of fell off between. but I haven't used my degree for like anything.
Yeah.
But getting hired as a game writer is very, very difficult. There's I don't know if anyone knows this, but there's a lot of nepotism in the video game industry.
Nepotism?
Nepotism?
In a high-income industry?
I know, shocking. So I thought, how can I like use what I've got and do more? And so one of my like big goals is to learn like how to code. And eventually the like goal for the whole year is to create a demo level for a video game. I have 2 writing credits on video games, but you won't find them anywhere. It's a weird thing. They're VR games that don't really have a lot of story, but I did write the story.
Hey, look, you can slap those credits on a CV and throw them at anyone, and they count as credits.
You can slap that on LinkedIn, and you will get lots of people looking at your profile for things that are completely unrelated to the stuff you've done. Thanks, LinkedIn.
You are going to be the next writer of a VR porn game, and they're going to love it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a living.
Yeah. Well, those are mine. My goals are very basic. Learn to code, make a demo level for a video game, play more games that came out this year.
Yeah. Live in the now.
And like stream consistently, and then play every single Persona game. Doesn't matter if it's to completion. I just want to play them all.
I wanna look into voice acting again, because I enjoy acting, and that's something that has given me great joy in life so far. But I don't currently have the time to leave the house.
Yeah, that's like the other goal is find a better job.
Yes. I want to look into voice acting. Maybe take some like classes. Look into something along those lines, and see if I can like get out there, and I don't know, even if it's like bit part voice acting for a video game.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there. You just have to know where to find it.
Yeah. Gotta learn the through routes, learn where, like you said, and there's a lot of nepotism in it, so it's harder to get into than get out of. But you know, give it a go.
Yeah. I wanna learn some randomizers as well for some games. Like I want to do the like Garden of Assemblage, Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer. But they added a lot more logic to it since the last time I've like seen someone play it. So I think that's gonna terrify me, because my brain no logic good.
My brain can't straight line.
Yeah, my brain doesn't do basic logic where like if this then this. Like my brain doesn't understand that. Like it took me years to understand. You know, like in physics and in the sciences where they give you like the equations of things, and it's in that triangle.
Oh god, yeah.
And then you cover the bit and it makes the thing. I didn't realize for years that, you know, when you cover like the bottom left corner, it means that divided by that, and if you cover the top, it's that times that. I was like, my brain didn't figure that out.
No, I got so... I find it very hard to memorize things like formulas, because they're not...
Yeah.
They're not consistent, if you understand what I mean. Like, where it's not... Whereas, like, song lyrics are like da-da-da-da-da-da, with with the only formulas I remembered easily were ones where it's like a pattern, or it's got a rhythm to it.
Yeah.
I'm very good at remembering things if I can remember like da-da-da-da-da, E=mc², shit like that.
I used to the only way I could remember a lot of stuff for physics was making whatever it was I was trying to remember into a song, like a parody of another song.
Yes.
But then I failed my last physics exam, so like, did it work? Remains to be seen.
Questionable results.
But yeah, those are some of our New Year's resolutions. If anyone in the comments wants to, tell us what some of your... Yeah. I will probably read comments.
I'll have a look.
Yeah. But since it's the 3rd of January, aging this terribly, there's still... Every single place still has deals on for everything. So, what I thought would be fun was to just go through some of, particularly Steam's winter deals, seeing if we've picked up anything in the deals, and then move on to talk about some of the games we played last year and maybe our, favorite game of the year.
Yeah.
But first off, what have you bought in the Steam Winter Sale?
I haven't bought anything yet. I've looked at a lot. I've thought, wow, that looks good. But I've not actually, thrown myself in yet. There's been, I want to get the Borderlands collection on PC. Because you can get all 3 of the Borderlands games, and I think they were pretty cheap last time I checked.
Yeah.
Where is it? There's
2K Games. Yeah, 2K Games tends to do a really good bundle. I know they were doing one that had Marvel's Midnight Suns in it, I think, but the deal was you got money off everything else, but you still had to pay the $49.99 for Midnight Suns.
Okay.
And I was if they'd made it maybe 30 quid or 40 quid with the extra games in, it might have felt a little more tasty.
Yeah, actually been a bit more tempting.
Yeah.
Ooh, Elden Ring is on sale. I could buy that.
Well, see, a load of the games that I want are coming out this year, but they're still on coming soon event essentially. So
yeah.
But we'll get into those later.
What have I wanted to buy? I considered buying FIFA 23.
You already own that on console, right?
I do not FIFA 23. I own FIFA 22 because of the Xbox Game Pass. That's one thing that's kind of taken away from me using the sales, because I can go on the Xbox app. I can see what games they have on offer on the Game Pass. I have access to 100 odd games. It's really good.
Yeah.
And then I cannot play any of them because I never have the time.
Yeah, that's one thing I found with the Game Pass. I used to, I think I played Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion while that was on there.
Oh yeah.
There's one thing I found that I as soon as I had the Game Pass, I was almost paralyzed with choice.
Yeah, there is so much to look at, so much to play, that I end up looking at it for about an hour or two, just thinking, what am I doing here?
Yeah, I'm quite picky when it comes to the type of games I will play as well. So, I can't remember even why I got the Game Pass. I wanted to play something else, but I ended up just playing Turnip Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, I play a lot of really crummy dating sims and stuff. So they're always on offer for 6% off on Steam in the sale.
There's always some kind of sale going on Steam that I'm looking at something and I'm I could have a nibble at that. Right now, honestly, I'm considering getting Cyberpunk. I'm considering finally giving it a chance. Now that I've seen that the reviews have gone up massively, it's remarkably cheap compared to how it was when it came out. And it's very it's tempting now that it looks like an almost complete game.
It almost seems worth it. It's what was it, No Man's Sky?
Yeah.
When No Man's Sky first came out, it was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, yikes in gaming launch modern history. And now it functions as it should and as it always should have, sort of.
How it was meant to.
Yeah. I mean, Project Zomboid is cheap.
The Insane Trilogy. Crash Bandicoot is on offer. It's 14 quid at the moment. That's pretty good. I've seen a lot of people complaining about Dwarf Fortress. Don't know why.
The new version that came out.
Yeah.
But the guy who... So, like, Dwarf Fortress was free, and now there's, like, a new version that's, like, updated version. But the guy who made it is using the money from that to fund his brother's cancer treatment. Like, that's...
So, I mean...
That's why it costs money.
Yeah, he's actually, like, saying, look, pay me for it so I can use this money for real-life problems.
Yeah, so it's quite nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I bought all the stuff that I wanted. Like, literally, I waited for the sale to finally buy XCOM 2's War of the Chosen, just so I could mod gay flags into the game for the characters. We might do an XCOM 2 series. We're not sure yet.
That would be really fun. I'd enjoy doing a little bit of XCOM 2.
Yeah.
Because I've not played XCOM 2. I've played a bit of XCOM 1. I've got well, the newer versions of XCOM, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Not the original XCOM. That game scares the crap out of me.
I think it looks great.
It looks great. It's more complex than the most recent ones.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good deals going around. If it's something you really, really want, even like a 10% discount is good.
Yeah.
Like King Arthur Knight's Tale, which is like the XCOM like King Arthur game, is 35% off at the moment. PlayUp has money off. PlayUp is a bloody great game.
PlayUp's fantastic.
We spent a fair while playing PlayUp.
Just before Christmas.
Yeah. But like I said, I very rarely play games that actually, like, on year of release, I very rarely pick them up.
I can't focus on games once they first come out, because then I'm like, oh, well, I've got to play this now, or I'm going to learn all the spoilers.
Yeah.
I'd rather kind of wait. If I'm going to hear any spoilers, hear them, and then play the game with no expectations.
So it's another, like, ADHDism is the absolute hatred of surprises.
Yes.
So, like, for example, when I read a book, I read the last page. I read the last line.
Because you can't
so my brain
by something you already know.
So, like, you very, very rarely get an actual, like, spoiler at the end of a book. But if I read the last sentence or the last paragraph, my brain is then trying to connect the dots from where I start the book to where I end the book. And it actually gives me a much more motivation to, like, actually finish it. It's similar for me with games where if I don't know what's going to happen, I will more often than not give up on the game.
You need to have a little crumb of knowledge.
It just, yeah, but also, like, the flip side of that being, I'm quite good at sort of puzzling out what's going to happen in a game from very, very little.
Yeah, figuring out the plot without actually playing the game. You've more than once messaged me, oh, I have an assumption about the game, and then about 2 to like 4 hours later, I'll get, oh my god, I was right!
Yeah, like the Persona 5 Strikers.
Persona 5 Striker story.
That was the one. That was from throwaway, like, you don't even have to look at that box in the game to know, and I sort of puzzled all of that out. That
throwaway dialogue.
Yeah, that was like a big one for me. I really, really enjoyed that. Also, Persona 5 Royal is on offer on Steam at the moment, so pick that up. It is one of the best JRPGs of all time. Not sponsored by Steam, just really, really and if you want them, like, cheap, then this is how to do it.
Probably the best Digimon games of all time are on sale right now as well.
Yeah.
Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory is on sale It's like £9. That's really good.
Strikers is also on offer.
Ooh.
So you can get, let me just see this. You can get Persona 5 Royal so we're in England, so for £35. And Persona 5 Strikers is 22. Persona 4 Golden is £11.20 right now. And when we do our looking forward, I'll go into it a bit deeper. But in January, so this month, Persona 4 Golden is getting a fix and update C, which includes the like save anywhere mechanic. So if you pick it up for cheap now, you get all of that just as an update for free.
Mm-hmm. Right. Should we look forwards? Should we look forwards?
Well, let's look forwards by first looking backwards.
Excellent.
What did you play in the last year, and what was your game of the year?
Okay, I was rather obsessive over specific games over the last year. I've tried to like stick to what I'm doing this year, which is playing games from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, my favorite game from the last year, and you're probably sick of hearing me talk about it by now, is Xenoblade 3.
I was going to say, is it fucking Xenoblade again?
It has to be. I have racked up over 300 hours in that game.
Fair.
It's such a engaging world where the story and how you interact with the different characters pulls you further and further and further and further into it. As I mentioned earlier, I can spend 16 hours on one side quest for one character to hate the ending of it, but still love that I finished it.
Yeah. It definitely it's one of those games that just truly showcases what the Nintendo Switch can do.
Yes. The environments in that game, considering the life cycle of the previous one. So Xenoblade 2 was an excellent game. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Again, showcased exactly what the Switch is capable of. And then going in from that into 3 was just chef's kiss. Because they built this massive world where everything feels intentional. There are cliffs in the background that if you want to get to them, you can get to them. There are very few areas of the game that are unreachable if you can see them. And it just completes me.
Yeah, I think it's just like for a studio that like every single Xenoblade game, like all 3 of the mainline ones have just been bangers. Like because you can see how much love goes into how everything works in the game. Like even if like so whatever part of being a gamer you love, whether it's, you know, graphics or gameplay or story, which is sort of the triangle I tend to go off when I choose to play a game, Xenoblade has something that everyone will love.
There is something for everyone in that game. You can have fun with intricate battle gameplay where you can either play it with the easiest battling and easiest
That's how I play mechanics, every game.
Or you can build it up and like use all the reaction stuff, all of the accessories to build up a party that basically can beat anything in about 15 seconds because you've spec'd in so specifically across the board.
Yeah.
Having 6 set party members and then like a rolling 7th made the game so weirdly detailed in battles.
It's sort of like the battle system is like simple to learn, incredibly difficult to master.
Yes, you can play it easily, or you can go all out and play with every level of detail. And then you've got all the battle mechanics for all the like communication mechanics between the affinity charts and how everyone in the world interacts. And you can basically scratch the surface on that and do the bare minimum throughout.
Yeah.
And probably still play the game fine and finish the game. Or you can throw yourself into like this deep dive of lore by doing all of these different requests for different people.
Yeah. And it's sorry, carry on.
It's so fulfilling if you do dive deep, because they've made every single character have their own personality.
Yeah, it's like you've said before, like you'll do like NPCs don't feel like they're just like regurgitating dialogue and things like that to you. Like they seem like whoever's written them, someone has put some time and put some effort into thinking, how does this individual that after the quest and everything probably not going to see again, but how do they fit and interact with the world? And it makes it feel like everything you do matters.
Yeah. It even like there's a point later on in the game where things happen. Obviously, I'm not gonna spoil it, because I think anyone should play these games. They're incredible.
Things happen
that alter the way you would look at certain characters you met early on. And these are characters that may be throwaway characters, but because of the investment they have you put in personally, it feels so much more important that these characters that could have been throwaway characters get attached to them.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I think that's like a really important thing for games. So like I know people who skip every cutscene in an RPG because they don't care about the characters. And I'm always like, but isn't like 60% of playing an RPG or a JRPG enjoying the characters? Like, I don't think anyone who's ever played a Dragon Age game has just gone, well, I didn't care about the characters in any way. Like, Dragon Age, everyone has very strong opinions about the companions in Dragon Age. And in order to do that, they have to have been well written and they have to have made you care about them.
Oh, yeah. Without the investment from the developer and from the writing team, you wouldn't care.
Yeah.
They'd create characters that you just don't care about. And I think that would be a completely pointless way of creating games.
Yeah. And the absolute flip side of that is my favorite experience playing a game this year was playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which was a hot mess. It was an absolute hot mess.
Do you know what? The gameplay of that game at times was hot garbage. Hot garbage.
I will say.
But it pulls you in.
Yeah, I think the weaknesses it had were in performance and the fact that the game loaded the entire Paldean region at any time. Wherever you were on the map, the whole thing was loaded. There's no loading zones apart from the gates into the main city and the gate into Area 0. Apart from that, you can go anywhere, which includes a giant fuck-off ocean.
Yeah.
That was definitely a weakness. It was all performance-based. The story in the game is up there, probably my second favorite story in any Pokemon game. Because of just how, like your companions, so you have Penny, Arven, and Nimona.
Yeah.
Who each serve a different purpose. No spoilers for the game because you literally have to play it to get how good the story is. But they all serve a purpose and they all have actual personalities. Like one of the writers at Game Freak actually did a good job at writing Pokemon characters, which hasn't really happened for me since Gen 5, where the characters actually had like a purpose and everything. But I'm also like a massive Gen 5 nerd. Like Gen 5 is my absolute favorite generation.
I think,
but it really. Sorry, go on.
No, go on.
No, you started talking. I forgot my point. So please talk.
I think Pokemon characters can suffer from ending up being like two-dimensional.
Yeah.
Because of the lack of voice acting. And I think they've done very well this time round to inject characters with personality, with the score, especially with the way they used music in this game.
Yeah, Toby Fox, thank God.
Toby Fox doing a fantastic job. They've built up characters to be fully fledged beings rather than just I've got a little bit of dialogue to say that pushes the story along. Yeah.
Silver in Gen 2. I hate you! And it just comes to, you're okay, but I still hate my dad. And
yeah.
Great. Thanks for that.
Thanks. I'm glad you took out your teen angst on me.
Yeah. I loved Scarlet and Violet. I thought it was great. What else did I play this year? I played a lot of Pokemon Unite.
Oh, yeah.
So much Pokemon Unite. We're bringing that back.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Cheeks is here. He's on the mic stand. You can't see him, but he's here.
He's censored right now.
He is.
His cheeks are censored.
Too hot for Twitch. And that was good fun. I played Shadow of the Tomb Raider this year, which obviously came out in like 2018 or something.
Yeah.
And I played a lot of Hades again. A lot of Hades. I've got like over 400 hours on Hades now, I think.
Especially with the announcement of Hades 2, I am determined to actually play Hades this year. I've got it installed in the Switch. I've got it ready to go. I've just not played
I would do it.
Couldn't explain why.
I might just do like if we do solo streams. This is the podcast episode, but just as an aside, if we do solo gaming streams, I might do a Hades fresh file to see how far I can get into the game from the very, very start before the Hades 2 early access starts.
Or before your wrists give up on you again. Yeah,
again. I couldn't. So last year, I couldn't properly play a video game for nearly a month and a half because my wrists completely gave out.
Yeah.
And that's on our genetics.
That's on our genetics and Hades.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just I'm just going to be playing the hell out of Hades 2. I hope they do it the same way they did the early access for the first Hades, where they didn't give away the final boss. So we know, from the announcement trailer that the final boss is going to be Kronos, the Titan. But they didn't give away like any of the like fight details or anything in Hades for who you would be fighting or how you would be fighting. So hopefully that carries on. Really, like, Supermassive Games has my whole heart. I love them so much.
They do such a good job at creating, again,
miss.
Full game worlds. From what they're the guys that did Bastion, right?
Yeah, that was their first game.
Transistor, all the way through to Hades. They have not missed once because they've put their whole ass into everything they've done without forcing the matter. I love it. I've been playing a lot of older games.
Just gonna go for an aside that I meant Supergiant Games. Supermassive Games are the guys that do Twist the Pictures anthology series, and they are not the same company.
Wow, fake fan.
They have very similar logos. I have been exposed.
Fake fan. Cancel them.
Yeah. Oh, so to save my face, to save embarrassing me, should we go through the first 6 months of current known releases, barring any delays? Which some of these games you'll look at them and go, well, that's a delay waiting to happen.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, there's only a few on each of these, so it shouldn't take very long. So starting off this month, there's actually a fair few games coming out. There's some I didn't know were coming out this month because I only look into certain
I look at the
gaming
ones I'm
news.
desperate for, and then beyond that, it comes when it comes.
Yeah. So January 13th, One Piece Odyssey comes out. It's an actual like JRPG One Piece game. It looks slick. It looks nice. It's got some of the like really cool older arcs in it that you can play through in sort of a dreamscape. It's One Piece. I love One Piece. I read the entire One Piece manga last year again, so it's going to be a good time.
It looks really,
I might stream it.
It looks really interesting from the trailers I've seen. It looks really, really tidy. Really tidy.
And they've actually showcased a lot of the battles and everything that they didn't do for the last RPG, which was like Red something or other. I'm not going to look it up, but and then the game turned out to just be not very good. So I think this time they've sort of gone, oh god, we have to actually make this good.
Yeah. Not a disappointment.
Yeah. Coming up slightly later in the month, we have touched on it earlier, is the Persona 3 Portable PC and the update to Persona 4 Golden, which of course came out on PC in 2020. I'm very excited. I don't care. I don't care how many times they re-release these games. It's the same as like me with Kingdom Hearts. I'm gonna buy that shit.
I'm gonna
be like, pay full price for this again. I'm gonna be like, take my money.
Take my money. I'm gonna give you my money so that you at least continue making these games.
Yeah, I'm gonna showcase to you how often, like, I am willing to pay for Persona 3 to get any port, whatever. You could port it to like a bloody pregnancy test, and I'd be like,
give it a go.
Yeah, give that to me. Yes.
I'm so excited to buy Persona 3 Portable on Switch just so I can sit and play it whenever and wherever I want.
Bigger screen than on the PSP, to be fair as well.
Bigger screen than on the PSP. I have it on PS Vita / PS TV because I'm one of those weirdos that owns a PS TV.
Yeah.
We are in the process of maybe making it so we can play whatever we want on there.
Legally. Methods like buying the games. Wink.
Yeah. Not that you can get on the Vita store anymore.
True, that died.
So
there you go.
And you can't put cartridges in the PS TV because they thought, we're just going to make that impossible. Yuck, yuck.
It's very impractical.
It's a very impractical unit. It's very good at remote play.
Yeah, I mean, it's good at some things, absolutely horrible at others.
Yeah.
So yeah, Persona. Look, there might just be an entire month or a month and a half where all we do is back-to-back play Persona games because why not?
I want to play Persona 5 Royale again. I want to play Persona 3 Portable.
Yeah, I need to get one more achievement in Persona 5 Strikers, and I have every single achievement, and it's only Bond levels that I need. That's not going to mean anything to anyone who hasn't played the game.
Yeah, I want to play Persona 4 Golden again, but I'm more interested in watching you play it because my emotions take over with Persona 4 Golden, and I prefer Persona 3. But that's an opinion.
If we can do an entire episode on Persona because we have big old opinions. But later on in January, so after the Persona Reckoning that is happening like in 2 weeks, Dead Space. The Dead Space remaster is coming out this month.
So that's exciting. That's exciting in its own little way.
Yeah. Dead Space 1 reinvented horror in its time. The way the weapons worked, the way the enemies worked, the way you had to slice off parts of the enemies with the guns in order to kill them, and it wasn't just load them with bullets. The story is sick. It's like the way they create atmosphere with sound as well was quite revolutionary for when it first came out. Because I think when it did first come out, like 2007, something like that.
Yeah.
2008.
Long
It was
while ago
PS3, I think. So it was. That's a while ago. I'm quite excited. I might actually like play it. You know.
I'm gonna give it a go.
I think it'll be good. I am not a fan of spookums, but
Not
for
the
Dead
typical
Space, I
Google
might
fan.
just power walk. You know.
It came out in 2008. So you were close. You were
I
close.
was right.
You were dead
Nice.
close.
But yeah, Dead Space. If you like spookums, aliens, horror, and anuses, buy it.
Yep. Sign yourself up.
And then end of January, this is just one more that I just found that I thought was interesting. Age of Empires 2 Deluxe Edition. Yeah. And I know we're big Age of Empires 3 goyles, but
Is that a remake? Is that a Okay. I might have to look into that.
There you go. That'll be quite a good little like strategy game to just, you know, piss about on. It's got different cheat codes to Age of Empires 3. I only remember the Age of Empires 3 ones, but
we can infuriate people by playing it poorly. I like the sound of that.
That'll be a good one. So February's a bit thin on the ground for games that we might enjoy. So you have Like a Dragon Ishin comes out in February, which is the new Yakuza Like a Dragon game.
Yeah.
They're fun as hell. They are so fun.
That's the one that's set in like feudal Japan, isn't it?
I maybe wait. I'm actually googling.
I think I
Yes.
saw the trailer for it. Yeah, it's like feudal Japan, which is a really different, cool angle to go down.
So that'll be good. That'll be good fun. Any Yakuza game is a good Yakuza game.
Yeah,
To be honest, they're all really fun. They have some like silly mini games, stuff like that, and the battle system is once again one of those that's easy to learn, hard to master.
Yeah.
So
depends on the level of detail you want to go into.
Going in a completely different direction from Yakuza games, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe comes out.
Excellent.
So that's a little bit of pink blob joy there for everyone.
Big pink energy.
I love Kirby. I think Kirby's great. And Octopath Traveler 2 comes out on the Switch.
Oh, okay. Very excited for that.
Octopath Traveler 1 is a game that I haven't personally played, but I've seen like a few of the routes in it, and I'm like, it's a very well managed game.
It's very well managed. It's another one of those games where they've gone such hard into detail on building the world that everything within the world feels important.
Yeah.
It's the battle system's really fun, and yeah. It's a really good looking game as well. It went in its own direction visually, and it pays off for it. It really
It's one of those. It's one of those ones that when I think of the Nintendo Switch, it's one of the sort of the ones I think of. Even though obviously Octopath Traveler has come out on like PC and everything as well, but
yeah. It's come out on everything since. But like obviously,
yeah. And it's one of those ones that works on like long journeys and stuff if you're on the Switch.
Yeah. It's not like really intensive on the Switch as well. I mean, you get a little bit more battery life out of it.
Exactly. March, The Last of Us Part 1 comes out on PC.
That's the remaster, isn't it?
The remaster version, yeah. Which I think is the director's cut. The director's cut of the final cut of the like we did extra mocap version.
Yeah.
So I will say I'm an absolutely massive fan of The Last of Us Part 1. I enjoyed The Last of Us Part 2, but we could get into for days writing was not on it. But that would take me going deep into like I learned how to write from writer's island how to write a certain way and how to do things a certain way, and it's yeah. If anyone wants me to go on a rant about The Last of Us Part 2, let me know.
I'm not a massive fan for Last of Us. I feel like it's at the most part like a walking simulator. But it does have a good story. The story in it is consistent, very well done.
Well, we've got, what is it, 10 days, 9 days now until The Last of Us series starts on HBO, which if you've never experienced the story of the game, I think just from the trailers alone, it looks like they've been quite faithful to the source material in how they're doing it. We could do a podcast episode where I watch the Last of Us TV series and then shit on it for an hour.
Yeah.
That could happen. But for now, Bella Ramsey looks great as Ellie. I'm not hearing nothing bad about Bella because she looks great. Please remember Ellie is 14. For God's sake.
Has it got the guy that played... Okay, this is going to be a really, like, loose description of a person. Has it got the guy that... I think his name's Ron in Parks and Recreation?
Yes.
He's in it, right?
Yeah, he's in it,
I've seen him in the trailers. That's all I remember from the trailers. That's how much I appreciate this franchise.
Yeah, it looks good. If you want to just experience a story in a way that doesn't involve you actively having to do anything, which is sort of half the game anyway.
That's what I want to do with my entire life.
Then watch the HBO series.
Yeah.
The other game I picked out for March is this one is subject to probable delay, is the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Yeah.
Which might, if they do a good job at this, might be game of the year for me.
Yeah. The Resi 4 remake, we've got the Silent Hill remake coming. Ooh, tasty. It's a good time horror.
It's a tasty year for horror. It's a tasty year for being Leon S. Kennedy.
Yeah.
It looks good. I'm not even gonna lie. It looks good.
I want to play it. I've seen 1, 2, and 3. I have seen the start of 4, but I got infuriated by the way it looked.
Mm-hmm. We should play 5.
Not play anymore.
We should play 5.
Chris and Sheva.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. Honestly.
Boulder punching Chris Redfield. But yeah, that's going to be good.
Not available on PC.
Yeah, I own Resident Evil 5 on PC, so we could do horrible split screen if you wanted.
Oh my! Oh, sit! Oh, I pressed the wrong button. There we go. We're back. No,
okay,
we're not leaving. Oh, sorry. Whew.
Oh, for God's sake! Well,
I put it back. I fixed it. I'm sorry.
Okay, so April, we're gonna go April, May, June because there's not that many. There's not that many left. April, Horizon Forbidden West, Burning Shores expansion.
Ooh, which from what I saw from the trailers for that, does actually look really fucking cool.
Because it looks like decent content.
It's LA. You get to explore LA. Who doesn't want to explore the absolute wreck of LA?
They've done a really good job with it, to be honest. I mean, I love Ashley Burch as Aloy. Like, the story is... I didn't like the story at the very beginning, the first Horizon, because I thought it was very cliche and I could see what was coming from a mile off. But the actual world building and everything away from that, and especially in the sequel, absolutely brilliant. Again, another game that is subject to probable delay in April is Dead Island 2.
We've been waiting this long for it. If they delay it anymore, it won't be a shock.
No, like, I just can't see it. I just can't ever see it launching on time.
No.
If at all. However, does it look fun as hell? Yeah.
It looks so fun. Like, Dead Island 1 was incredible. Riptide, which everyone thought was a new game. No. Just DLC. Really fun.
I mean, I own Dead Island on PC, so we can try and play at any time just for like shits and giggles, really. It's just zombie hack and slash fun. It'll be great.
Definitive Edition Dead Island on PC is £2.
There you go, buy it. Buy Dead Island 1 if you haven't played Dead Island 1. Buy it.
For Dead Island 1, Riptide, and what is that? Retro Revenge.
Oh yeah,
it's £5.60.
There you go. Buy it. Just buy it.
Wow.
Does it work? Does it work all the time? No. Does it crash often? Yeah.
Is it fun?
Is it fun as hell?
Good
Yeah.
goddamn yeah.
Moving into May, the Suicide Squad game comes out. Was it Kill the Justice League?
Yes.
That comes out. That looks like it's going to be fun as hell. So.
Yeah, I thought that game was out.
No, apparently not.
How do you spell suicide? Suicide.
Okay, fact check me. Fact check me.
How do you spell suicide? Suicide. Suicide Squad to Kill the Justice League. Oh no, I've accidentally gone on the suicide of Rachel Foster.
That is a game. That is a game.
It looks different. I'll put it that way. Oh, it's coming. Yeah, no, it's coming soon. Okay, I thought I.
There you go.
Oh, okay. They're already releasing like a DLC for it where they're adding Batman.
Oh, fun.
And it was
there
to,
you
like,
go.
It was to thank the
voice actor.
Voice actor.
Yeah, because he
passed.
He died last year. Yeah. The other big game in May is Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Subject
the Breath of the Wild
delay.
sequel. Yes.
I need to finish Breath of the Wild.
I need to play Breath of the Wild.
Game.
I don't own it. I literally don't own it.
We should play that on stream.
Okay, we should. Yeah, sure. There we go. It's another game.
Yeah, done. Perfect.
It looks fun.
It looks incredible.
I've got I have no because I've not played Breath of the Wild, so there's no bar for me at all. I just think it looks good. Looks fun.
Breath of the Wild for a hardened Zelda fan was very hard to start because it's so open. I'm so used to the first 2 dungeons of a Zelda game being tunnel vision.
Yeah.
You
get
go
your
here,
shield.
You do this. You get the shield.
Get your shield. Get your sword. Go to the Deku Tree. Kill the Deku Tree. That's another game we have to play this year, actually. Ocarina of Time.
I've never finished Ocarina of Time personally. So
there you go.
I wanna finish more games. We should play as many of the Zelda games as we can this year.
Okay, we'll just start a see if we can finish all the games thing. Yeah, that'll be fun. We're making a lot of plans. This is why this one is themed with resolutions and tangible things.
Tangible goals.
This is and then June, subject to delay, is Final Fantasy 16, which, I mean, get hype about it if you want.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. As soon as they said one of the main characters was called Barnabas, I was like, I'm out.
You
not
don't
for
love
me.
Barnabas? You
I
don't
do not
love
fuck
Barnabas? You don't fuck
I don't
with
fuck
Barnabas?
with Barnabas.
Barnabas isn't for you.
So, I mean, I could go on to a whole rant about how Square Enix have just fully disappointed me on everything apart from Final Fantasy VII, really, but...
Yeah,
Final Fantasy VII, even Kingdom Hearts 3, hell out of me, but I think that was because I overhyped what was going to happen in the game, and it really, in terms of driving the story forward, it didn't do shit.
It felt like it wanted to tie a little bow around what the main swinging overriding story of what 1, 2, and 3 was, and all the sub games in between it. Like it wanted to tie a little bow on that so that it could move on.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen from all the leaks and stuff from 4, or whatever the next games are gonna be called.
Yeah, 4 currently.
It feels like it's definitely going, I want to move away from Disney.
Yeah. Well, Disney, so this is just a tiny aside before we finish up. Games that maybe get released this year, we don't know.
Yeah.
But Disney, it's sort of a well-known rumor. Disney sort of got in the way of the production of Kingdom Hearts 3 quite a lot with what they could do with the Disney assets and characters. Mm-hmm. The biggest one being the Frozen world, where originally Elsa was allegedly supposed to be the bad guy, and they were like, you can't have people fight Elsa, so they made it Larxene, which is why in that room Larxene is using lightning powers in a room that very clearly favors someone who would use ice magic. And then, but we got a fully rendered version of Let It Go, just casually in the middle of the game.
That to me looks better than the film.
How does it look better than the film?
It looks better than the film. Explain it to me. I want to know who at Disney said, "Oh, no, you can go ham." And Square Enix said, "Not on your fucking life. We're going to make it look like the best thing you've ever seen."
But yeah, Square Enix and me, they sold Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal last year as well. So then we're not seeing eye to eye at the moment.
We're peacing out.
Yeah. Games that are supposed to be released this year but do not have a release window or might be coming out next year. They're just, putting the feelers out, getting the rumors in.
Yep.
Alan Wake 2.
Yes.
Alan Wake's a great game. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on PS5. Supposed to be coming out this year.
Yeah.
Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
Which the first Marvel Spider-Man is one of my absolute favorite games of all time. It plays so well. Oh, if you want a satisfying gameplay loop, it's that.
The like modern Spider-Man game was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It was perfect. It was everything you wanted from a Spider-Man game.
Everything you wanted from a Spider-Man game. Also, if you'd played Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
There you go.
Brilliant.
Which we did play on the PS2 when we were kids.
We did. I think that was one that we got on rent from Blockbuster.
From Blockbuster, because we're old.
We are old.
And I've just got two more that are just a bit weird that are just there. There's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game coming out.
Oh, excellent. Didn't know I needed that, but I need it.
And Hellboy Web of Weird.
Yes.
Which actually has input from Mike Mignola.
So it should be
does the comic books.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to look forward to this year. We'll be doing a lot more on here. We haven't set a time when we'll be doing this every week, but it could depend. We might do like this and then a gaming stream after, or just this for an hour and then we'll peace out for the day.
Yeah.
But it'll be consistent. It'll be uploaded on the we will probably figure out a topic about 10 before we go live, because that's just who we are as people.
Yeah. Last minute.
And yeah, so thank you for joining us on us having a conversation about video games and going off for about 20 minutes at a time. This has been Simply Siblings, and we will see you for episode 2 next week.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.